Today we got a really exciting video because we're going to talk about ducks. This big duck right here. And I have David Blair. You're the president of the Kingfisher Educational Foundation.
I am, and trying to find someone to take that spot for me.
This might be a lifelong
deal.
Yeah.
But I'm working on training up some new leaders.
There you go. Well, a lot of people think this is a duck race, or they don't put the two together. I didn't put the two.
Right.
I thought the duck race was just a fun thing you did to, a little fundraiser thing. Like our Lions Club in Hennessy does a ping pong ball race, and it's just a little fundraiser.
Yeah.
But this has got some serious stuff behind the ducks, and it's tell us what the duck race is for.
Sure. So the duck race is really getting bigger and bigger every year, and I think the biggest thing is just to let our viewers know that our goal is to raise the money that we raise for that goes back to our Kingfisher Educational Foundation endowment fund, and through that, then the interest earned, we will give that back as teacher grants to our school district, and that happens in October. And we give out the money right before Christmas and have Santa, and so it's a really neat thing. And I know for our board members, it's awesome for them to see the work that they do in July that really comes to fruition when we give out those teacher grants in December.
It's it's a great concept because schools today, any school, not just Kingfisher schools, just can't afford a lot of the little things, the little needs, special things that add to the teaching.
Absolutely.
You've given away some pretty strange things.
Yes, we have. We've had we've had some asks that we didn't give away or didn't award because, like a goat treadmill was asked for one time. That's the one that comes to mind. But, we try to give things that are academic or bring learning to life.
Yep.
And, whether it's playground equipment, you wouldn't necessarily say that is educational, but when that's for our TK and pre-K program, that really helps with developmental and cognitive skills. Yes, absolutely. Yep. That's something that we felt that not only would help for 1 year, but for, over 10, 20 years, that would be something that Gilmore would have. And so, whether it's STEM and really focusing on science and math.
Robots.
Absolutely.
A bunch of robots last year.
Mrs. Kewen does a great job over at the Q, and just really teaching kids, robotic skills and things that were so different than when I was in school, but truly amazing, and she does a great job with that.
And I think the most unusual one I heard of was the coffee maker.
Oh, yes, yes.
For the special needs class, or what is that?
Yeah, so we have in our high school for our developmental disabled students that we have a program where one of our students felt like they needed to be able to have a coffee maker because she liked coffee, but at the same time, it really was kind of teaching them a skill set, and then on top of that, giving to some of the teachers, and I think they may even have sold a little bit to buy back for some of the coffee that they were brewing. But it's a great concept, but really for our special ed teacher, it was something that they really felt like brought the class to life, and that's really what we're trying to do, is bring education to life with some of the things that we fund.
So the duck race itself is a lot of fun.
It's great.
I mean, I went to one, I guess the first year we were doing something with you guys, and the firemen show up with their big fans.
Absolutely.
And how many ducks are there? How many do you sell?
Well, so last year, we've kind of been stacking some records over the last year. And so last year we sold 630 ducks and raised over $31,000 in the duck race this past year. And so, since 2020, I think we've, sold over, I know we've raised over $131,000. And so it's just one of those things that we've really wanted to let our community know the good things that we're doing, and telling stories to the grants that we're contributing to the teachers. And then from that, it's just really easy to be able to say, hey, this is what we're doing, and who doesn't want to give back to their local community, and especially their school system.
And then to see the sea of yellow in the...
Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, they dump these hundreds and hundreds of ducks in the city pool.
Yes.
And then they use the fire department's fans,
Yes.
to blow them across the pool.
Yes.
And the first ones that get to the end are the winners.
Top 3 ducks get a prize. So someone who buys a duck can get first place is $1,000, second is $500, third is $300, and then we have the last place duck who gets $100. But we're really appreciative of our community. Our fire department comes, and last year we kind of set it at 2 o'clock, which is the same time this year. So we had community swim going on, and so we had a great crowd, probably the best crowd we've had at the pool.
And it's on the 4th of July, isn't it?
It's on the 4th of July.
So there's all kinds of other things going on there.
Absolutely.
Also.
That's right. Our Chamber of Commerce has really helped us to be a part of the 4th of July activities. And so, there's kids swimming in the pool, and then, the firemen will come in and bring these big fans, and we'll dump out all the ducks that we've sold. And so every duck's assigned a name, and then they'll blow them across. And it's a quick but very fun event.
And it's so well organized. I mean,
we've gotten better over the years.
Yeah, I mean, you come with all the equipment, and the ducks are organized, and you have the method of picking the winners, and
we've learned over the years. But the first duck race, actually they had this idea to throw the ducks into the Dover-Logan bridge out here at the creek, and let them float down the creek. And they lost several ducks along the way. So, we've come a long way since then. We're not losing any ducks, but that in 1999 is when they moved it, or they started that, but then they moved it over to the Verney Snow Aquatic Center. And it's been there ever since.
And then the outcome, of course, is the teacher's face, because we've done video and that of, when you bang on their door, they don't know they're getting this.
Exactly.
You bang on the door with Santa and a couple of board members, and you give them their grant.
Oh, it's great. Like I said, when we have our grant process, our board goes through, and based upon the amount of dollars that we have available, we'll select those grants in October, and then we'll partner with the school administration just to make sure that the things that are being asked are following the curriculum. It's not a duplicate of something that's already been budgeted for.
For example, you had mentioned at one point somebody wanted a printer, but IT department already had one, so they were able to get the printer anyway.
Absolutely. But, so it's really just kind of working with our principals and our superintendent. We really appreciate Mr. Evans and just supporting us, and so we'll do that. But then, yes, we'll organize that and have Santa, and it's a real surprise to the teachers that we knock on their door. It's a neat experience, and then you get the young kids at Gilmore that are really, their eyes light up when they see Santa Claus. So that's always a neat when we take those pictures, and then you get to the high school and they're wanting to take a selfie with Santa. So it's just kind of interesting, but it's a lot of fun.
And then the emotions with the teachers are anything from tears to cheerleader, like so excited and dancing around.
Yeah, we and that's really our mission is to support our teachers and really invest in their students by giving them tools that can enrich learning, inside and outside of the classroom. And I know this past year, some of the grants that we gave, I'll start off with, our junior and senior science, Mrs. Swart, who was our teacher of the year. But they started up a new forensic science hour for kids that maybe are interested in forensic science as a class. And so we had provided materials to help get that program going, along with her AP anatomy and biology classes. So I think that was a real hit this past year, and I know she was appreciative. Mrs. Hauser in our 7th grade, I don't know if you remember the book, The Outsiders, or the movie, Soda Pop, and but that out of Tulsa, and so Mrs. Hauser, the kids read the book, but then her grant was to take them on a field trip to the actual place in Tulsa, to the Outsiders Museum, and so they got to go up there and had a great time. I had not only Mrs. Hauser, but several students' parents, said thank you for that. So those are just 2 examples of really, I know I didn't love to read, but doing something like that really kind of brings, learning to life, from the book to actually the visual. And so I think that's what we try to do, is help teachers be creative to get the most out of students who learn differently.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard of one teacher who bought eyeballs.
We may have.
Something to do with, it wasn't anatomy, but it was some science program that, I guess, to dissect an eyeball or something, they're like very, very expensive.
Yes.
And you granted them money.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, and I know we've, for cadavers, I know that was another thing I think they were cat cadavers. So that was kind of an interesting one. But again, helping learn the anatomy of the body, I think, all of that really gets kids interested when they, it's not only learning in the textbook, but actually, applying it, I think, is a neat way to really, hone in on understanding that, skill set.
That's right. Enhance the textbook.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, so the Kingfisher Educational Foundation annual duck race is Thursday, 4th of July is a Thursday this year, Thursday, July 4th at 2 at the Verney Snow Aquatic Center, the Kingfisher City Pool. How much is a duck?
So ducks are $50 each.
Okay.
And, whether you're a business or an individual, our goal is to, for someone that, just wants to buy 1 or 2 ducks, or, a business that may want to buy, 10 or 20. I mean, we take all types, and we appreciate our community for willing to, support and give to that. And again, the top 3 ducks and the last place do get a prize, so that's good.
And I was looking at the prizes are crazy. I need to buy some ducks. First place is $1,000.
Yes.
Second place is $500. Third place is $300, and the backup guy is $100.
$100.
And now there are signs all over the town with a QR code like this.
Yeah, we've got if people want to buy online, we've got a QR code, or they can just go to www.kefduckrace.com.
Oh, that's fun.
And
that's easy to remember.
It's very simple. We just try to make it simple for people, but again, it really all goes back to helping our teachers and our local community.
Awesome. David, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and
Absolutely.
learning more about the duck race. Be sure to buy your duck, and you can do that with the QR code that you can find all over town. This will be on the All About Kingfisher website and Facebook page, or you can go to it's kefduckrace.com.
Or just go to our Facebook page at Kingfisher Educational Foundation.
There you go.
You can search for us there, and you'll find that information as well.
Awesome. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.